Microsoft says its Surface Duo phone isn't really a phone. You remember this Surface Duo, Will? Was that too long ago for you?
Yeah. Can you remind me what it is?
How dare you? Surface Duo phone, not scheduled for release immediately, but making waves ever since the Microsoft event where they showcased these unusual Surface products, the Duo and the Neo. So this is the Duo that we're talking about, the smaller of the two, a folding dual screen device with phone functionality, but Microsoft very reluctant to use the word phone. And there's some speculation as to why that might be the case. What do you think, Will? Why do you think Microsoft wants to stay away from the word phone, even though it can make phone calls?
I mean, to actually use it as a phone on your head, it's a bit strange.
You use a phone on your head?
Like this size, I mean. It's a bit ridiculous looking. Even in the commercial, they didn't show the person using it. They kind of flipped the camera around, so, she motioned.
So you just think the form factor, it would be too bizarre to call that form factor a phone?
Yes, but I'm guessing there's some other reason.
Well, it's just speculation, of course. They're the ones indicating that it shouldn't be called that. You could say, because they want to market the Surface brand and claim that this is a Surface, even though it's running Android, and to us it looks mostly like a phone. It promotes the other Surface lineup. If you say, this is part of the Surface family, you like this, you like all this other Surface stuff. If this is the Microsoft, if people call this the Microsoft phone, it puts it somewhere else outside of the ecosystem of their other products. So that's speculation one. Speculation two could be embarrassment over Windows Phone. Windows Phone never took off. Going to a mobile device running Android is kind of like giving in. Could be perceived. I don't see it that way. I see Android as a flexible, open operating system. Why not use it? Widely adopted, well understood. I don't see it that way, but it could be, the perception could exist that, Microsoft phones failed. Why would I want to get a Microsoft phone now? Surface, on the other hand, people may have a more positive feeling around that brand because the Surface products appear to be somewhat successful. So that could be another reason. It could be the reason that you mentioned, that it just doesn't fit into the protocol of the phone. It could be because we're living in a post-phone world. It does seem odd to call any of these things phones at this point.
Right.
Because most of what people do on them is not phoning things. Phone things. Phony.
Yes.
Phoners. When's the last time you had a phone call, Will? Real legit, you dialed the number.
I was just thinking, like, FaceTime, iMessage, they're all on all the devices, right? Apple devices. So the fact that it's a smartphone, an iPhone, like, does it really matter where you answer your phone or you answer the other person? So it is kind of like this post device kind of thing.
Do.
Yeah.
We're living post-phone.
Yeah.
Post-phone or Post Malone?
Both.
Wow.
No. Shout out to Post Malone. He's good. He's still relevant.
You're giving shout-outs now?
I mean, he won't listen, but he's
What do you mean? You don't know if he listens or not?
I went to Coachella. I saw him live. It was a great performance.
Are you telling the I went to Coachella story again?
Say it every day. Just,
you walk into the office. Hi, I'm Will. I went to Coachella. Yeah, very proud of the Coachella moment that you had. You were a youngster for a weekend.
Yep.
And now you're old man Will.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that, to be honest.
I mean, look what I'm wearing.
Yeah, I love it.
It's pretty old.
Yeah. You know what they would do if you wore that to Coachella? You're not allowed in.
Yeah. Deny me at the door.
Yeah, you're not allowed in. Anyway, exciting times, regardless of what they want to call it. I'm kind of with them. It's a new form factor. Why bother with the whole phone baggage? I get it why pre-existing phones are still phones. And of course, we use the smart word to kind of imply, well, it's more than a phone. But increasingly, it's kind of strange to refer to these things as phones when so few people are actually making phone calls. It made a lot of sense in the early days, like let's say the original iPhone, when the majority of how you were using that thing and the thing you were replacing was primarily a phone. But these are obviously pocket computers at this point, pocket displays, mobile computing devices. Although none of those words work very well either.
What do you think about the names?
Duo?
Neo, Duo.
Well, Neo, you get the Matrix vibe and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Will. Maybe the Surface piece didn't have to be applied to the two smaller models.
Right.
Maybe you don't need to tag everything on. Maybe it gets confusing what's a Surface. Although the word Surface is so futuristic. Actually, I take that back. I like it. It's just a surface. You see what I'm saying there?
Mm-hmm.
All your gadgets are just a surface. You make it what it is. It's a surface that can display whatever you please. The surfaces are interchangeable. This is a dual surface device. Surface Duo.
Right.
Right? You see what I'm saying here? And it kind of speaks to their approach to hardware too, which is get your Surface any way you like. You want a Surface that detaches from a keyboard? Get that Surface. You want a Surface that's a book? Get a Surface Book. Whatever Surface you want, these are just surfaces. I think it's kind of cool. Actually, I take it all back. Go for it, Microsoft.
All right.
Go for the Surface stuff.